What's up, YouTube? I got some sad news today. I failed my buddy Kevin. I recently did a breeding loan with my buddy Kevin from Mutant Reptiles, and out of 2 clutches, we only produced 1 baby. So all we did was produce this one conda, het xanthic, 66% het sable. So let me run you down with the details. Kevin sent me this girl right here. She is a conda het sable. And she actually gave us 2 clutches, but only 1 egg survived, which is the baby I showed earlier. And I paired her to this xanthic het sable. So we were going for some conda sables that would be het xanthic for the storm cloud project. But man, everything went wrong. So when I pulled the girl out of brumation, she had a slight respiratory infection. So I gave her the meds, got her over that. That was right at the height of breeding season. She had been paired once before I noticed the respiratory infection. So then I paired her a second time and she gave us a clutch. And out of that clutch, it was like 19 eggs. I think there was 9 that were kind of looked good, but they were just a dot on top of the egg. And slowly they went bad over time to where it was only 3 at the end. 1 was severely deformed. One of the eggs had just stopped developing and was just all white mush in there. And we had the 1 lone survivor. And that was all out of the first clutch. She did double clutch, but everything in the double clutch, the second clutch, was bad. So you can't win them all. It's not always rainbows and unicorns. And here's the 2 things, and it could be a combination of both the things that I think went wrong. So she had a slight RI. I got her over that. It was during breeding season, so maybe the Baytril affected her fertility. I'm not really sure on that. And then the male, I bought the male just for this pairing, and he was young. He was unproven. He was proper age and size, but this was his first season. I had put him down for his very first brumation, so he wasn't like a proven stud yet. So maybe the combination of having a young male and the mom being a little sick, maybe that did it. Who knows? But I'm going to officially tell Kevin right now in this video, I will go ahead and keep that female here, and we'll try it again next year. Like, I'm committed now, so might as well do it. What would be your guys' thoughts on that? Jump down in the comments and let me know. I could send the female back and just call it is what it is. Or I could keep her here, brumate her here, and try breeding her again next year. That's the way I'm leaning. That's what I'm going to do. But what would you do in your opinion? And with 1 baby, what do you think me and Kevin decided on doing with the 1 baby? Let me know in the comments. Alright, spoiler alert if you haven't commented yet. Kevin went ahead and told me to just keep the 1 baby. His reasoning was I was the one that was here kind of doing all the work and feeding both animals or whatever. So thank you for that, Kevin. And honestly, I haven't even looked to see what sex that baby is. But it is a very cool conda pattern. So that one will not be for sale. I'll be holding on to that one. But speaking of hognose, I got half a hognose clutch right here that's shedding out. The other half is still in the egg. So that's cool. Everything here is Arctic and het xanthic. And then there's also conda at play and albino. So anything that's not albino is het for snow. Anything that's albino is het for xanthic. Everything's Arctic. And mixed in there is some conda. So this is a snow-related, Yeti-related type clutch. And as always, Patreon members are going to get first dibs on all those animals. And I'm actually going to hold a lot of those animals back to vend Tinley and Charlotte, the AARPE in Charlotte. The first one ever in Charlotte. They had a very successful show over there in the Denver area somewhere. So I jumped on board for their first Charlotte show. So I'll be vending there. Both of the Tinley and the AARPE are both in October. So I'm pretty much not going to list any hognose publicly. So Patreon people can get some before the shows. If not, Whatever doesn't sell at the shows, I will list. And speaking of Patreon, we had our very first Patreon video call this morning. So we did it through Discord, just like a group Discord call, video call. Thank you to all the Patreon members that showed up for that. If you'd like to be a part of that, the link is down in the description. And as always, use the code smalltown60 over at husbandry.pro and get a free 60-day trial. Thank you to Gray Rider Reptiles and Redline Shipping. And don't forget RAL, all providing Patreon perks for the Patreon members. So big shout out to all those people. And we got some stuff in the works, speaking of sponsors. So stay tuned for that, but there might be an exciting road trip coming up here in the near future. So until next time, guys, rock on.